Ladies and gentlemen, we are now at the greatest university to ever be established in these United States of America. The Bussin Spring Tour has been brought to Ann Arbor, Michigan, the University of Michigan, the winningest program of all time. And furthermore, we're not only at the best university, we're also with and sponsored and presented by the best, most amazing vehicle you could ever hope to own for an actual affordable price, and that is the Chevy Silverado. Let's just give it up for Chevy real quick. Outstanding. Outstanding. Our guest today is Cade McNamara. Did I say that correct?
Yep, you got it right.
Good, because that was a little tough for me. That was a little tough. So, number one player out of Nevada. The boy had some nice offers: USC, Alabama, Georgia, some places that are usually going into the national championship. And when you came here, that not a whole lot of that was happening. But before that, you were recruited to, you were committed to Notre Dame.
Correct.
What was the change there? What happened?
Well, I committed pretty early. I committed after my sophomore year, and I got recruited by Tommy Reese, who's there still now.
Yeah.
And I thought he was super dope, just really relatable, and really basically some stuff happened basically over the course of the year.
You can elaborate. What stuff?
Well, first off, I never had Brian Kelly's number.
Yeah.
And me and him, we just never had a relationship, and then sort of just watching how the whole season went down with them, and I just really wasn't liking my future there.
Yeah.
So then I started to explore some other options, and basically I came down to USC, Michigan, and Alabama, and I threw Bama in there just because, how do you not throw Bama in there?
Yeah, no doubt.
So you gotta flex.
You gotta flex on Bama. Oh, your top three schools? Bama's in there. That's all you need to know.
Bama's in there.
That's all you need to know, homie.
Bama was in mine too. Did they offer? No, but they're in there.
Yeah, they would have came for sure.
Yeah. So I visited all three in 1 week, and so USC was actually my dream school growing up. Being from Nevada, it was kind of weird, but I just always loved Pete Carroll. Loved Mark Sanchez, these dudes at SC. And it was actually super sick because after the Wisconsin game this year, we're all celebrating our asses off on the field.
Yeah.
And we're just over there by the Fox booth.
Yeah.
And I'm just dapping up Leinart and Reggie Bush. I'm like, this is fucking sick.
Yeah.
No one used to watch their highlight tapes.
Exactly.
Oh, Reggie had the number one highlight tape of all time.
Didn't watch Reggie Bush's highlight tape. Dude.
That and Buddy from West Virginia too was another one. What was his name?
Oh my gosh.
Tavon Austin. Yeah, dude, that dude was a fucking stud. Absolute stud.
So, long story short, I visit all three schools at once. And every single time I go, there's a script, every single time we go. And you basically have to meet with the head coach, but there's an appointment. You can only meet with him at this certain time of the day and all this stuff.
That's wild.
And then I came here. I walked in through that door right there, and the first person I saw was Coach Harbaugh at the end of the hallway. And he was just like, Cade! And I was like, holy shit. That's Coach Harbaugh.
How did you react though? Because being a recruit and you're trying to be all buttoned up for a coach.
No,
and the coach goes, Cade, Taylor, Will, and you're kind of like, oh fuck, hey, how we do? Kind of nervous, right?
No, well, definitely nervous because being in Nevada, so close to San Fran, my parents grew up in San Fran, so they always knew, huge fans of the 49ers and everything growing up. So, I've known Coach Harbaugh or seen him on TV for such a long time.
Right.
And then, so really within the first 10 minutes, we just started breaking down my highlight reel. And then that's when I was like, this is sick.
He was stroking you in there.
Yeah, they had the whole staff.
How is
and then
he?
They called in Shea, who was starting at the time.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm getting buttered up right now.
Yeah,
how good of a recruiter is Coach Harbaugh? Because everyone he sees all the antics, or everyone hears about them in the mainstream media and stuff. But what's it like getting recruited by him?
Yeah, they say he's wild.
Yeah, he's stayed at kids' houses before. But I think that's what's sick about getting recruited by him is that you're kind of waiting for something crazy to happen.
Yeah.
And what's sick is that it's just so genuine. He actually cares so much that he wants to do that stuff. And for my home visit, he was just adamant about getting a haircut.
Yeah.
So we just went and got cuts together.
Was your hair all fucked up? Did you have long hair or something?
No, I just got a cut.
He was just like, hey, we gotta get a cut.
I just got a cut. You got to cut again.
He took you to Supercuts. You take you somewhere nice.
No, we took him to somewhere that we were buddies with.
Yeah.
But still, it's just something random, and then that's just how it is with him.
Did he wear cleats in your house?
No.
Because there's a story that he wore cleats in somebody's house.
Yeah, I've heard that and the sleeping over thing too.
Might have been. Was it
Isaiah Wilson?
Was it him?
That's who told that story.
Biggest bust in Tennessee Titans history. Is that who you're talking about?
That's probably why I didn't come here.
Yeah.
It was AJ, I think. AJ Brown. Oh, really?
AJ Brown.
I think he came to his house. And
Wore cleats.
he was wearing cleats
Mom didn't like
at his
it?
house and he wouldn't take them off. And he was out.
Oh, AJ liked that though.
Yeah.
AJ, so
You
for
know
those
he
you didn't
did.
hear, because Jack doesn't have a mic, I guess Harbaugh came to AJ's house with his cleats on. His mom got pissed, and he wouldn't take them off, so AJ was out. Hey, Harbaugh, you could have had AJ Brown. You could have just take the boys off. You know what I'm saying? Wear some nice socks under it. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Like some identical boys that go with the cleats. You take
Yeah.
them off with the exact same.
That would actually be sick.
That'd be fire, right?
So sick.
So you get here your freshman year.
Yeah.
Like, what was that freshman year like? Because like my first time, my most, and this is gonna sound really off, but like my most memorable like first moment at Michigan was right after the first workout, and dudes are like getting in the showers for the first time, like, and I'm like, yo, we do
Oh
that.
yeah, never
It was a
showered
scary-ass
until
thing, right?
you get to college.
Because in
No,
high
it's
school,
cool.
You got these
high school, you
senior-
kind of just wear dirty clothes
Yeah,
home.
yeah,
You're like,
yeah,
I'll
yeah.
get it when I'm
Senior
ready.
linemen coming around putting their foot up on your locker.
Yeah.
Be like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah,
buddy,
yeah.
you want to
Yeah,
come
but you know,
shower? And you're
linemen,
like,
so they got that
oh,
little
what the
knuckle.
fuck is going on here, man?
And
Yeah,
so
they
I-
got that little
They got
knuckle.
a little knuckle hanging out, and dude, I go to the shower, and I'm like sitting there. I have like my Johnny Grays on, you know, Big Johnny. He had those gray shorts. I don't know if they still do them here. I had those on. I'm like rinsing off with like shower shorts on for the man who has nothing to hide,
yeah.
but still
Such
wants
a
to.
tough look,
you know.
though.
Tough look. You see a
Tough.
freshman.
And the
Like
kid-
you're
the
already
dudes-
freshman, they know you're probably timid. They're
Yeah.
like, nah, this kid, he's
Oh,
kind
dude,
of.
they
Well,
were
you look at
fucking
him now,
killing
like
me.
a freshman coming in, you're like, oh, poor guy, he has no clue.
No clue.
Yeah, but
Hey,
then at the
eyes
same
big
time,
as
you're
hell.
like, take that shit off.
Yeah, no, 100%, 100%. So they start yelling at me, and then there's like a chant going on, hey, take it off.
Yeah.
And I'm like slowly pulling my underwear. I'm like, what am I doing, dude? It was the weirdest situation. Weird, bro. But anyway, you guys something like that?
You know, I mean, well, low key maybe.
Yeah.
But I mean, like,
Tell us about it.
so now
yeah.
tell us about it.
Yeah, give us a little imagination, dude. Take us on a little journey.
So I don't know if this was around when you were here, but there's a rule that you can't go past like the middle faucet if you're a freshman. So like I just walked in and like some of the showers are like, I mean, some of them, I mean, you always want the one with the strongest water.
Yeah.
And then so I went to
Good
the
water
to the
pressure.
wrong side.
At Michigan, you get that.
Yeah. I
we
went
even
to-
shower in
Weird
Nebraska.
flex. Weird flex. So you walk across.
I went to the wrong side of the fucking shower, and then I just have like all the senior O linemen just in my little.
Oh, whoa,
in my little
whoa, whoa.
cubby.
In your what?
in his
in my-
little cubby,
in my
bro.
little-
Oh,
Look at his little
what cubby? What cubby are we talking about?
Like they
talking
have like
about
there's
wrong
like
cubby.
there's dividers, so it's like
That
not
cold
like
cubby?
completely
Wait, so
just
did you-
like cheeks out the entire
What'd
time.
you say?
I said that colon cubby? What kind of cubby are you talking about?
Dude, that
No.
erectile dysfunction, dude. That thing is tough.
No, so like all these dudes just like come in and like pause, but
No pause.
Hey, no pause on this.
So
Bob.
all
We're
these
already
are in his
there,
cubby,
man.
all these dudes come in.
All these alignment are inside your cubby.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they just come walking in, and I'm just like, oh my fuck, this is like your worst nightmare, right?
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like,
yeah.
and all these dudes are just coming in, knuckles out, bro.
Knuckles out.
And I'm
You know,
just-
the offensive linemen, the thick white dudes.
yeah. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And then so they all just started basically doing this to me, like literally like trying to surround me.
Yeah, like a teepee.
Yeah. And I'm just like, oh, dude, I'm out of here. Like, so
they surrounded-
I actually ended up not showering that day.
They surrounded you. They're all
They tried.
naked.
They were like, you can't.
But to
shower
make you
first,
feel
like,
you can't
uncomfortable.
shower on this side. And then I was like, shit, like how, like I didn't fucking know this.
Yeah.
And then I walk over to the other side, and then it's like, well, they're following me there, and they're naked, and then they're like coming to hug me. And I'm like, oh no, I can't
All
do this.
linemen are so wild.
But they're
all
so
of them are
fun. But
different.
that's what makes them funny, though.
Yes,
you know, is that,
yeah,
like, they
it
don't
makes them
like
hilarious.
if you don't like show a little bit of that, then you're questioning your own sexuality.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
guess
if you,
so.
we were saying that on the
Everybody on the
pod
spectrum a
recently.
little bit.
Yeah, everybody's on the spectrum a little bit. If
Yeah.
if you don't show yourself to be a little metro here and there, like I think it speaks a little more to your insecurity. Like
No
what do you
question.
got to
Yeah,
hide?
yeah,
Hey
yeah.
man, stop playing. That's
Yeah.
always
Yeah,
a line.
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Hey, you
Whoa,
play
whoa.
too much. It's
Right.
like, oh, brother, because you're scared to play. You
Yeah,
might find something out about
yeah.
yourself. You might figure something out.
Yeah, no doubt. But all right, let's stop with the
You want to take a pause?
just so many things flashing in my head right
so
now.
many things.
So you're going You're going into this year. There's a lot of
Bro, we're so trash at this.
so trash. You know, the mainstream media, they like to create. I see you guys got a little quarterback controversy, quarterback battle going on. Take us through, number one, how annoying that is, but also like take us through what that process is looking like and how that's all unfolding, how you go about your day to day. What's it like with Coach Harbaugh, all that stuff.
Yeah, so I think I had a really good rep actually going back to my freshman year was watching Shea go through it because he had decaf Dylan McCaffrey who was behind him. And it was sort of like, it was like a big thing that they were hyping up Dylan McCaffrey a lot. So I was able to see like I compared myself, I mean, obviously in the quarterback room between like who I saw more of myself in between like Dylan McCaffrey, Joe or Shea. Like obviously I'm going to see more of myself in Shea just based on his style of play maybe and his size. So like I was watching him just like go through that because I mean, knowing like, you know, whatever the quarterback job at Michigan looks like, you know, I'm watching it unfold right in front of myself. So it's going to prepare myself even better for when it's my time. So I think me getting those reps of seeing like what it looks like from a social media standpoint, what it looks like from like just doing interviews, what it looks like, you know, even damn near in the games, like fucking Shea comes out of the game and Dylan comes in and then like the crowd starts cheering. You're like, what the hell is this?
Tough.
Like,
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't had like that much of that, but I mean, it's annoying, but like, I feel like, you know, at this point, it's kind of expected, you know,
Right.
But I think all I give a shit about is like, what's going on in here. And I know those boys, I know what they feel. So
Why do you, when you say it's expected, like, what do you mean by that? Like, why do you think it's like, should be expected?
I think, I mean, being a quarterback, your play will always be critiqued.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if I have it, maybe I guess you could say, if someone were to consider my situation a little bit tougher than maybe what the normal situation is, it's only making myself better.
Yeah.
And making myself just testing my inner confidence, testing, you know, my mental status of how I can still perform, how I can still lead, how I can do all those things that I do while all that shit and noise is around me, then I'm just only getting better.
Yeah. Going through high school, being the number one recruit in Nevada, and then going through the process of having the schools we just talked about, like, where did you see your career at this point? Where are you at now? Where do you want it to go? That's a tough three-piece. Let's hit it real quick. Where did you see it in high school? Where did you see it going? Like, where in your mind, like, I'm going to be X, Y, and Z?
Yeah. So actually I made that decision when I was in 7th grade. So in Reno, no one has ever actually from my high school like graduated early. So like I made a decision going into 8th grade that I'm going to go to a high school that's going to allow me to graduate early because
Holy shit,
I
dude.
want to play
7th grade, 8th grade?
Yeah, I told myself, I'm like, you know what, like I want to play big time college football one day. And I actually grew up in a baseball house. It's like my dad played baseball. We were around baseball my whole life, but I just found something with football. And so where was I? just fucking lost track.
That's all right.
Oh yeah,
We can cut all this out, make it look real nice.
my freshman year, so I made that decision like really young that I'm like, you know, I want to be this when I'm older, and I want to be able to graduate early because basically at the time, like 5 years ago, like it was like only like quarterback and like 2 other guys would early enroll. Yeah. Now like we got like 8 dudes coming in every single winter, which is like insane. But so and then I actually had a similar situation that I'm in now in high school. Was when I was battling for the freshman job. Fast forward to my freshman year on varsity, they had like the all-conference junior who was a starting quarterback. Mm-hmm. And then so like I got more reps of dealing with what like being a quarterback is and what everything it comes with. And I just remember like there are times like, because he was a really likable kid. I mean, high school is like all about popularity and all that shit.
Yeah,
so,
loved it.
Yeah, so... so like even when I would go in a game, like the student section would start cheering his name and shit, and I was like I remember just going back to my dad. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like this sucks, you know? Like I just wanted a starting job, but this sucks, you know?
Yeah.
And then, but it's just like little things like that are just, you know, just little lessons that have just helped me deal with my situation now.
Yeah, it does seem like you're very observant because, again, you're making decisions in like 7th or 8th grade, but obviously you're way before any real experience is happening.
Correct.
And then coming in and being watching starter, backup kind of handle competitions, being in a similar situation now, and then being able to pull back from being a freshman and seeing those moments. And you even bring up social media. I mean, it was starting to come about when I was a
but it
senior
was like
in college, but it
MySpace.
it wasn't like what you're facing
college,
now.
yeah.
In college, but it wasn't like what you, like that being in your answer, like seeing how they deal with social media, seeing what your reps in media, all this type of stuff. You seem like really observant, somebody who kind of tries to develop like that mental side to handle all that stuff, because it's not just about being physically the best QB out there.
Right. Yeah. And I think either way, I mean, it's such a mental position that if you have any cloudiness whatsoever or lack of confidence in yourself or what you're bringing to the team, then you're going to struggle. And especially with a program like Michigan, you know, where more is demanded of you, that you need to be able to give everything you got. And so far, I think I've done a good job at that. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to keep on doing it.
Yeah, the fans here expect a lot for sure. And he had 110,000 every single game. Them little message boards always going on and stuff like that. It's got to be hard to keep that, because there's one thing with high school with the student section going off about another kid. Yeah. But if the other quarterback comes in and the crowd's cheering, that's got, I mean, no matter how you look at it, it's got to be.
You coming in this past year, the first game, you had a tough game against Chandler Jones. Taylor gets injured or an IV thing and then goes back into the game and the crowd's booing.
They were booing me. Coming off an
This
ACL,
shit
first
sucks.
game back on ACL, oh, dude, it hurt.
Yeah.
And you kind of
Shit
but when
sucks.
you're in the thick of it, like you're back on the field, it's like you ain't got time to really worry
No,
about it. But like if you're on the
absolutely not.
sideline watching him go in, they're cheering. I wonder if that's like a different thought. Like, damn, why do these people want him and not me? Because at the end of the day, like we're all like little boys.
We're all
trying to, like-
human.
We're all
We're all
human.
just like we're still
we all just want to be loved in our
kids.
own
Like,
way.
we're still playing
yeah,
like
exactly.
a game.
You're
And
playing
we
a
all want to
game.
be accepted. We all want to be liked.
And the
Like, it
crazy
just is
thing
what it
is,
is. Like, that's how it is.
Kids grow up their whole life in Ann Arbor, in the Detroit area, the suburb area, and become like fans of Michigan. They grow up in Omaha. They grow up all over Nebraska, like huge fans of Nebraska. And they feel like they're almost entitled. What's up, guys? How y'all doing? You enjoying the place? Love it. Recruits, baby. Got to get those recruits.
Go check out Nebraska after this.
No, don't go check out Nebraska. It's like this, but way worse. Dude, that's the problem with this, is because now I forgot where I was at. What was I saying? As a kid, you just want, like, we're all like kind of searching for that, like, that feeling of being secure, like being loved and stuff like that. And when you're in a sport like this, it's feast or famine.
You don't
like
have time
if you
for
have
that.
a good game, you throw 4 tutties, no interceptions that week at
Everything's fucking
school.
great.
You're walking down the diag, dudes are dapping you up. Girls are looking at you a little different. You're like, yo, I'm kind of the man out here.
Yeah.
The next game, throw a couple INTs, and everyone's like, fuck this dude, man. He's a loser. And you're like, yo, y'all were just loving me 10 seconds ago.
That's the game. That's the sport. And that's
I
the
know,
position,
it's
you know?
wild.
That's just,
It's wild, dude, the way that shit works.
yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. But like, it seems like you're doing an okay job of like dealing with that and compartmentalizing. Compartmentalizing.
There you go.
That's what he's here for, dude. He's so smart.
It's not the Nebraska.
Yeah.
It's not the.
It's not Nebraska.
It's
I
not
was
the
never very-
education.
yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
he's just
dude.
good.
N stands for
He's
knowledge.
just good.
Hey, it took them a second.
Hey, they stand for a second. Yeah, I think
That
that's a-
little pause, we'll just wait for that thing to
okay.
hit on us. I know, dude. So
Go
okay,
ahead.
you want to go?
I was just gonna ask what it's like playing under Coach Harbaugh, him being a quarterback. Like, do you see a good? Obviously, he talks about being genuine, being personal, but does he ever like, swing some stories with the boys? Like, he played for 15 years in the league.
Oh.
He's been in this game for 35 years, bro.
No, he swings
Wild.
some stories for sure.
Does he take the collar off for you guys and loosen it up a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, I think we have our quarterback room right now is that there's like it's not like like tight asses just like so
Yeah.
like anxious about, oh my god, his coach could ask me this question or something. So I think sometimes we're able to get some, like, we'll try and get, like, if we have some extra time or like meetings are running long, let's get something like HBC right now.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I mean it's fun. And then but I think like on the field though, I think it's sick because he's able to like let's say like you do fuck something up, like him, like who has actually played the position will be like, oh yeah, like I see what you were doing, or like if I like move in the pocket or something or do something, then he'll be like, oh yeah, like I totally feel that. Where like some coaches who haven't played the position at such a high level that they wouldn't know, like, oh, like if I feel this guy like flash here, then like it's gonna make me want to move in this direction, even though like on film, like technically it's like, oh, like the pocket's like this or whatever it is. But no, but some of the stories they're good.
Hit us with one real quick, dude. Yeah, I mean, don't want to put you in the spot. We can take a second here. Give yourself a minute, but
I think one of the ones, so I actually witnessed one, which was hilarious. So we're at Penn State, right? and we're freezing our balls off for some reason. Like it's blowing 40 miles an hour, and so they have those huge torch things on the sideline. And
Those like torch barrel things that sit on the ground next to the yeah.
And they're hot as hell.
Yeah.
And so we're having like an offensive meeting, and Coach Harbaugh is just like talking to all the wideouts and all the Qs and stuff, and he's standing in front of the torch, and this dude's leg starts catching on fire.
Holy shit.
His leg is on fire, and everyone's just like looking up at him, and then like you could see the smoke just fly right past us.
No way.
And we're like, dude, who's gonna say something? Because like at the
Is
time,
he in the
like,
middle of coaching or something? And nobody's
he's
like,
in, yeah,
Hey,
he's
you
in
don't
the
want to interrupt
middle.
the guy. Hey, 30-degree burns on the way, but I can't get yelled at.
hey, you're on fire right now, coach.
Hey, by the way,
Hey, who's gonna tell him?
Yeah.
He's burning.
Yeah. So someone actually ends up telling him, turns around, his entire leg is melted.
Leg pants.
The whole pants are melted.
Okay, because there's a difference between leg and pants.
Right.
When you're like, he lost his leg and he's going to walk out here like a pirate.
No, but what's funny is that his pants are melted, and then you just see these old school ass Long Johns underneath.
No shit, staying warm.
Yes.
Smart guy.
He does seem like a Long Johns guy.
He wears
Johns.
cleats during games. He's definitely a Long John guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100% a Long John guy. That's
Yeah.
wild, dude. And yeah, if it's me, I'm telling him. If Vrabel's on fire, I'm probably not going to say nothing, actually. I'm going to let him feel that pain for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Depending on what the situation is.
Yeah.
Like if he's cursing you out, you're like,
you're
I'm
gonna
gonna
eat
let him
that.
burn a little
Yeah,
bit.
you're gonna let him eat that. He's complimenting me. Hey, I appreciate that, by the way. You're about to catch 30 degrees, homie. Like one of those little deals. You know what I'm saying?
I turned it up.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Should we get
hit the
into
tech guy.
our
Actually,
segment? Or do you want to hit something before?
well, actually, this would be a perfect situation for the Duke Cannon segment.
Yes.
Dukes.
This last
Cannon.
segment is brought to us by Duke Cannon.
Duke.
We can
I know you can't put the S on it.
Don't
I'm
say
I'm a
Dukes,
plural
bro.
guy.
Dude.
I'm
Duke
a plural
Cannon,
guy.
a gritty brand, and I'll show you some stuff. Because as a matter of fact, in Nebraska, we started this last week. The product got in like
Dave, is this bad? Should we not
the
do
day-
this? We're good?
No, he said we're good to show.
Okay, we're good to show.
We're good to like show him.
That was the person I was talking to was Dave Abloff. He runs the stuff. They have a lot of sponsors here. So I would say we're sponsored by Chevy. You don't see Chevy stuff at the back. You're in our hearts right now. But because Michigan is a Ford school, we respect that. You know why? Because they're the leaders and best for a reason. We don't want to step on those toes.
So Duke Cannon, hey, get a whiff of this. Because this is something that I believe. I opened up my box, what was that, a couple days ago, it got to my house.
Had to be. You called me right away.
Oh, bro, I'm telling them, I'm hitting the group chat. I'm like, guys, I'm not just bullshit. I'm not overselling. Like, this stuff is legit. It needs to be, in my opinion, in every locker room. Felicia's a representative of the brand right now, but I think Duke Cannon needs to be in every locker room. Get a whiff of this. This is Oak Barrel Scent. Buffalo Trace, but Oak Barrel Scent. Take a whiff of that.
I actually am a bourbon guy.
Are you?
Yeah,
Take a
I
whiff
am.
of that, man.
You old enough to drink, homie?
I'm 21.
You're 21?
I'm 21. No, I'm 21.
I'm a bourbon guy.
No, it does
this one's
smell
How good
good.
is that shit?
It
Now,
smells good.
the solid cologne, you can put a little bit on your neck. Put your finger in there.
All right,
That's
let me just rub that
No,
out.
go ahead, scrape it a little. Put it on your
told
neck.
you your freshman year.
I like that one smell more than that one too.
Right. The shit rips, dude. I'm allowed to cuss, right, Felicia?
Yeah, Felicia already said
Okay,
we're
I
allowed to
can
touch.
curse.
And then there's the beer soap. Try the beer soap. You hit that before the pod, but it's kind of
Yeah.
solid. Dude. I just want to get your reaction again. Make it genuine.
Hey, but a
It's
gritty,
solid.
a
Very
gritty
solid.
brand that is the official scent of the boys.
Official sense of the boys.
And going off the whole locker room shtick, I want to put you on the
this is your
spot a little
question?
bit. Well, you can do it too. I was
We're gonna do
just,
two because it's a segment. It's not just one question.
you're right. That's why I said segment
It's
instead
a
of
big
question.
bank. It's back and forth.
Yeah.
Hey.
You go first. Oh.
There you go. Jump up and shout now. You go ahead because mine's gonna be better.
Well, it's not about being better. It's just
It's not about
asking a
being better. It's
question.
because it's more because of Michigan and stuff like that.
Well, go ahead.
All right. So this year, obviously, the rivals. Will's wearing red right now. It's a big no-no in this building. You can't wear red in the building.
It's busting with the boys.
It's busting with the boys. It's a neutral deal.
I know everybody's like, oh, Will's from Nebraska. He's wearing red. He's
No.
Huskers in here.
No. That's not the case.
Yeah,
it's a
it is.
busting with the boys thing. But you guys beat Ohio State. It's what, 3 times in 20 years? What's your boy back in 2011? Hey, that was one of them. You know what I'm saying?
Let's go.
You know, it wasn't just me. There was a couple other guys there too, but it was a nice little deal. What was that like? Not only during the game, but like after the game. And what was that? What was the scene like downtown?
It was so sick. I mean, during the game, I mean, we could just feel that we just wanted it so much more than them. Like that shit kind of went viral of us in the locker room during halftime when we're walking up, and how like we were just like like just cussing her asses off, just like screaming after them, little ass boy, like get that ass back in that locker room. But
Were you just saying ass, or did you throw a B word in there?
Bitch ass boy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some words said.
There were words
said, okay.
Some words he can't say that other guys might have been saying.
Gotta protect him.
There's
a little
probably
bit.
many words,
Yeah.
But so like, you could just feel that like, I feel like since I've been here, like in the past, it's just like seeing this Ohio State rivalry is just like it's so magnitude, like the level's like so high, but then like everyone like kind of like, oh, like we can't lose, like
right.
And instead of like just trying to kick their ass, you're just worried about like we can't lose. Like you're playing not to lose, rather than playing to beat their ass.
No, I get that.
And this year, like we played to beat their ass.
Dude, you guys really did. We were flying to the Patriots, and I was watching the game with Vrabel. And he's sitting there with being streamed, and he's like, they're just literally beating our ass.
Yeah.
Like your running back, Haskins, was just fucking those kids up.
Yeah.
Like children. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
It was like watching a 5-star athlete play against a little high school team.
Yeah. And even as a QB, like the fact that I could give a shit because the way we beat them was just so physical. Like it was just, we were just pounding the rock like right down your throat.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just, I mean, just going back to like what it was like. I mean, the scene was just so sweet with the snow. I mean, that was the loudest I've ever heard the big house. And I mean, just the swings, the best shit is like the extracurricular activities on the field. I mean, those are the best.
Dude, there's a dope video of one of your skill guys like falling down.
Yes.
One of the Ohio State
Roman
guys,
getting his head.
and then two offensive linemen come and get in his grill.
Trevin Stoops.
Hey, that shit fires. I got little goosebumps right
Hey,
now.
that's your boy though. He loves you.
For real.
7-7.
I saw him during the Big Ten championship game, gave him some love. He's like, let's fucking do this. I'm like, holy, he's in it right now. Because as a fan, you're kind of just watching hype for the boys, but he's like fucking in it.
You guys got to get them standing next to each other. I mean, I give them shit about him all the time. Like, dude, like you can just say you just want to be Taylor Lewan so bad because he's
tough cheer for him.
Already has the run left hat, same facial hair. Like it's
that's
so
tough for
great.
him. That's tough for him.
He kind of buzzes on the cheeks a little bit. I gotta fade this up a little bit more.
He's
Makes him
better
patches
beard.
it up.
He's like, I gotta patch that shit up, dude.
Dude, that's so funny. Shout out, what's his name?
Trevor Keegan.
Trevor Keegan, dude. Shout out Trevor Keegan. That's awesome.
I know he'll definitely be watching this.
Yeah.
I think he's coming on.
Is Keegan coming on? Check the
Keeks?
sketch.
I think it's him.
Yeah, if he's here.
Yeah.
This has
Look
been
at his shirt.
outstanding.
Yeah, this has been great. Yeah,
Smooth,
appreciate
dude.
you guys.
This
This
plane
is
took off.
sick.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really loved having
I
you
definitely
on.
watch you guys. This is sick.
Yeah.
Let's go, bro.
subscribe,
I appreciate
rate
that,
5
man.
stars,
Are you
man.
subscribed?
I will now.
You will.
Like, we usually watch it on YouTube.
We have our own.
The YouTube's fun, but the audio is great too. Because hey, listen, we get the numbers up in the audio also.
Yeah.
And this is a boy just asking for help, right? I'm sending a lifeline out. Maybe you grab it.
Because I think
me up from
the
ship.
actual bus is sick though.
It's dope, dude.
It's sick.
I
That's
know.
why I like watching the YouTube.
Yeah, the bus is awesome.
I don't want to
Whole
cut you
setup in
guys
there is
off and
epic.
tell you to shut up, but
Yeah.
this is our NIL deal for you. You get a full thing of Duke Cannon. It's just like a little military box.
The
where you get
ammo
all of this
box
stuff.
is sick.
Yes.
Yeah.
So all this stuff is yours.
Damn.
Make sure. Hey, do we have the name thing on there?
I think it's on the
It's
side.
actually so sick.